What's up, everyone? It's Rashad Buie. Thanks for coming back for another episode of Ballin' with Buie, where I cover the hottest topics in sports, especially if it is OU related. Today, we want to talk about a game that happened earlier today, Oklahoma versus Iowa State. So let's dive in. Iowa State headed to Norman earlier, faced 9 Oklahoma. Oklahoma is 14.5-point favorite. Not surprising, Iowa State's the worst team in the Big 12, 2-10 on the year, winless in the Big 12, 0-7. Coming into the game, OU's projected 4 seed in the tournament by Joe Lunardi, and they have their starting lineup back today. They had Reeves, Gibson, Harkless, Harmon, and Manick try to get their footing back. Kind of a rebuild game after that loss against Tech, where they still weren't fully healthy. Now they're playing the worst team in the Big 12. Kind of ease back into things, hopefully. Anyways, let's dive into the game. Last 6 games, OU's held their opponents to 39% shooting from the field. Defense has been really good for them, so they opened up the game on a 10-0 run. Go up 12-4 early, but then Iowa State answered. They went on an 11-2 run, and they actually went up 18-15. Rasir Bolton, Iowa State's leading scorer, averaging about 15 a game. He had back-to-back threes to give him that lead. Brady Manick hit his first shot of the game. It was a three-pointer. It was early in the game. I thought since he hit that, he was going to have a big game because he's really been struggling as of late. But he only had 5 points in the first half. But he did produce 9 rebounds. He was really active in the first half on the defensive end of the floor. Not so much on the offensive end of the floor, but defense, he was really productive. Reeves had 12 at halftime. Gibson hit a couple threes to have 10 at the half. And then Jalen Coleman for Iowa State was actually their leading scorer. He had 11 at half. He hit several threes, and Bolton, he only had 8. Biggest difference, I think, in the first half, OU gave up 8 threes while shooting only 4-14 from 3 themselves. They're usually pretty good at defending the perimeter, and Iowa State, they were just hitting. I mean, they came to play. I think they were determined to get their first win today. They're at the bottom, so they have nothing to lose, really. But, yeah, they came out firing, hit 8 threes in the first half. OU was cold from beyond the arc, but they were getting whatever they wanted in the paint just about. Reeves was driving relentlessly in the first half. OU goes into the half up 40-36. Start the second half. Nothing really happened. First couple minutes, just kind of back and forth playing a little bit. About 10 minutes into the second half, Iowa State was shooting 39% from the floor. OU shooting 50% from the floor, but they were only up by 1, about 57-56. Like I said, that lead didn't hold up because they went back and forth for a while. In the second half, OU's offense was pretty stagnant. Then OU decided to pick it up. They go on an 11-0 run with about 4:30 left to put them up 68-58. That was their 4th run of 8 or more points in the game. Iowa State just happened to keep calling in. OU would go on a run, and then OU would get stagnant. Iowa State would jump back into the game. Iowa State answered, though, with back-to-back threes to cut it to 68-64. But then Harkless went on a 5-0 run for himself. He hit 2 jump shots, and then he missed a free throw, and then he hit one. So 5-0 run just by itself to push it back to 73-64. About $1:30 left, and that was about the end of the game. I mean, the rest of the game was just Iowa State hitting shots and then fouling. Sending OU to the free throw line. Mo Gibson was the leading scorer for OU. He had 18, hit several threes in the game. And Reeves, this is his first game in about a week and a half, I'd say. And he played really well. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And Harkless had a season high of 19. His mom in the stands, he had to show out for her. Manick only produced 9 points, but he had 15 boards, like I said earlier. He played very well on the defensive end of the floor. He wasn't getting bullied as much as he has been in the past couple games. He's been really soft. Kind of like a Marc Gasol type vibe to it. Marc Gasol is pretty soft in the paint. He likes to shoot threes. But Brady Manick, he manned up today in the paint and didn't allow much in there, much traffic. And for Iowa State on the other side, Coleman didn't score in the second half for Iowa State, and he ended up fouling out. And then Bolton ended up being their leading scorer. He had 21 after only having 8 in the first half. He fouled out about 15 seconds left in the game, which didn't really matter. But Iowa State ends up dropping another one to Oklahoma. Oklahoma gets a win, 79-72. They've won 6 of the last 7, with the last loss coming to Texas Tech a couple of days ago. OU's looking really good. I mean, they're starting to hit their stride. They started off really slow to start the year, but they're starting to really hit their stride, and now they're back to their full roster. So as long as they don't get hit with COVID, I can see them finishing the year pretty strong. They're at a 4 seed right now. We'll see what happens with them. They're supposed to play Baylor on Wednesday. That would have been a big game. Baylor, like I said multiple times, I think he's the best team in the country. I don't know if OU could have pulled that off. But we'll see if they reschedule it for another date. They're supposed to play Wednesday. So now OU's next game won't be until next Saturday at West Virginia, which I think should be a win. But yeah, we'll see what happens. That concludes this podcast. Consider sharing and subscribing. Deuces.